Tonight in Texas, nearly 7,000 abused, neglected, or abandoned children, now in the care of the state foster care system, will go to sleep waiting for an adoptive family to call their own. Each year, more than 1,000 of these children turn 18 and age out of Texas' foster care system without ever being adopted. The outcomes for these children are dire. 25% will become homeless within 2 years. 25% will become incarcerated, and only 3% will ever earn a college degree. 60% of them have had children within 4 years, and those children are twice as likely to be placed in the foster care system, perpetuating the vicious cycle of abuse and neglect in our communities. But we can help change this devastating reality by connecting a child with an adoptive family. Their opportunities for success later in life increase exponentially.
I think what sets Spaulding for Children apart from other foster care agencies is the fact that our foster care program is specifically designed to eliminate an additional move in a child's life. If our families are willing to work with foster children who are likely to have parental rights terminated at some point in the future, and those foster parents are willing to adopt, that just helps strengthen the bond between the child and the parent and eliminates that one more move, that additional level of trauma that a child can experience going from one home to another.
Since its inception, Spaulding for Children has placed more than 2,000 children in an adoptive home. Many of these children, because of age, race, and the number of siblings they have, are considered hard to adopt and run the highest risk of aging out of the foster care system without being adopted.
I always wanted to be a parent. I definitely had the parent gene, and it took me a long time to talk Kathy into it.
And then I saw that one of the reasons that children are more difficult to adopt out is that, they're a little older. I was so offended that at 2 or 6 or 10 you're over the hill. It was just crazy. It seemed logical to me. Why not get children with whom you can converse?
She didn't realize that would mean that they can tell you all the things that's wrong with you. And all the things they don't like. But I didn't tell her that.
They do tell me when they're displeased, and they do tell me what they don't like, and they do share their opinion frequently. And you know what? I'm so glad they feel free and safe to do so.
Those children who may not have that opportunity of a loving adoptive family could end up in the community highly likely to be homeless, depending on other social service organizations to help them stay on their feet.
I actually took one of my brothers in and took care of him once he aged out of CPS because he had nowhere to go. I just see how hard it is if, you don't have someone to, give you that opportunity, for a loving home. It's hard. It's really hard because once he turned 18, you're out on your own, and it's hard.
I believe the biggest misconception is that people think that children are in the state foster care system because the children have done something wrong themselves, not recognizing that the children are in the custody of the state because of circumstances that their family has brought upon them. And having organizations like Spaulding for Children who can show children that family life doesn't have to be what they recall. It doesn't have to be violent. It can be loving, it can be caring, it can be nurturing.
Spaulding for Children offers a full continuum of care through its foster care, special needs adoption, and post-adoption programs to support permanency and stability for children through adoption. The agency does not charge a fee for any of its services, effectively eliminating socioeconomic barriers typically associated with adoption to help more children connect with nurturing, stable adoptive families.
I was sent a sheet of paper with a postage stamp sized picture of a little girl, and they asked if we were interested in knowing more, and we said yes, and that was it.
When you adopt, I wondered how would my wife do as a mother. But when we brought that child home the first day, she knew exactly what to do.
I mean, during their finalization day, when it's actually their day to adopt, they're able to say, yes, I want to be their parent, and that's, I don't know, it's always very exciting to see that.
Throughout the girls growing up, we had access to therapists, to doctors, to family counseling, and we saw many of our friends who adopted foreign children go through the same struggles that we did with no support network. So it made all the difference in the world.
These classes are so relevant in so many different areas, and we have used them with our grandkids, with our children, and as we foster care, it has been such an asset.
All of Spaulding's services and facilities exist so that a child without a parent and a parent without a child stand a chance of meeting each other.
Kevin and I have fostered approximately 63 children over the years, over 27 years, and we've adopted 11. It's amazing to watch them grow and change, and the child that they turn into, it's night and day difference.
We brought them into our family, into our community, into our church. Everyone just loved them as if we had them naturally. So we have never looked back on that decision.
That's my only sister, and being adopted together made it even, it made it much better. She's my best friend, so it was fun. We had a lot of fun times, and it was perfect.
I think it's important for the community to help us support these children so that they have loving families to go to. If we are able to connect the over 600 children in Harris County today who are legally available for adoption with a permanent loving family, then those children have a much greater likelihood of success in the future.
There are children who desperately need homes. Whatever challenges or difficulties there are in adopting them, there's nothing more worthy we can do for those kids. And it's also something that we do that contributes to our community, to our state, to our nation. Because someday those kids are going to be adults. And we're going to be looking at them, unfortunately, through the criminal justice system or in the homeless populations of our cities or struggling in marginal jobs if we don't help find them a way to adulthood to maximize their potential.
The biggest personal reward that I get from my job is knowing that these children are placed with families that really and genuinely love them.
Another thing that we've gotten out of this is 15 grandkids, and that has been really rewarding. When we have Christmas, the house is full. You never can replace that feeling. And we have been truly blessed.
I love Spaulding. I love Spaulding so much. They have given so much to me. I wouldn't have my 11 children without them. I wouldn't have been able to foster 63 children, and I pray that I'm able to foster more. It's a whole family that does this, that heals these children.
Miracles will happen over time, but don't expect instant miracles.
It's probably one of the most beautiful ministries anybody could get into. And if you have that ability to give and love and let go, please do it. It's wonderful.
We have two absolutely beautiful daughters of whom we are very proud.
Being adopted to me just means that you're finally getting connected with your forever family.
You start out as complete strangers to each other, and so you have just the ultimate opportunity for good things to happen, to get to really know and like each other. Fall in love again. And that's what happens.
Your support is needed to give children like Rachel, Elizabeth, Corey, Daniela, and Marquita the love and support they need and deserve. We invite you to help transform the lives of children who have endured abuse, neglect, or abandonment through adoption. Because every child deserves a home where they feel safe and a family that loves and supports them. And because one person like you can make a real difference in the life of a child in need of a home.